consistent regimen with short-term goals. And I talk for a living, by the way, guys. It's okay. I get paid and I still fumble through my words. It's all good. Let's do that again. Starting out as an esports caster can be daunting, and maybe you've already casted for yourself a couple times or some of your friends, but now you want to take the next step forward and push yourself, but you don't necessarily know what that next step is. Don't worry. That's where I come in. Hola, I'm Rafa, your friendly neighborhood esports caster and most wholesome e-boy on the internet. If you recognize me, you've probably seen me this past month over on the LCS Proving Grounds tournament that they had, or on any of the recent Tyler 1 money matches. Shoutouts to both of them for giving me the shot. Before we get into our video today, let's just assume that you've got the essentials covered. And don't worry, if you don't know what the essentials are, then I got you. First, you need a microphone. And it doesn't matter what microphone it is. It could be a gaming headset microphone. It could be the microphone built into your laptop. It could be just a rinky-dink USB microphone that you just plug in. As long as you got a way to be able to record your voice into the computer, that's all we need. And I promise you, you don't need to make a mic upgrade. And we can talk about that later. The second essential you need is just recording software. OBS is very easy to use. It's also free. So that is my highest recommendation, but if you have any other recording program, as long as it allows you to record your microphone input and whatever's on your screen, that will work. It does not matter, because the essential part of having recording software is you need to be able to record your casts so that you can review them, you can have your peers review them, or you can have anyone else who would be interested in giving you feedback. Because you need those VODs to keep track of your progress, and you need those VODs as well to be able to kind of monitor your development over time. The last essential you need, and this is the most important one, I cannot stress this enough, guys, it's actual interest and love for the game that you want to commentate over. If you're just commentating because you think it's a quick cash grab, or you think that this is a way, like, do not go into this profession for the money, because I guarantee you, you're not going to be making any money. Show me the money! Within the first few months, within the first year. It might even take a few years before you actually start seeing profit and return. Everyone who got into casting did it because they loved the game. But I'm assuming that you're here because you like the game. You maybe love the game, or you're very excited about watching the action, and so, you know what, that's fine. But I just want to make sure, because if you don't, then you probably want to. Also, if you want me to make a video going through the recommendations in a more detailed format, let me know in the comment section below, and, you know, subscribe to the channel. Maybe we'll make a video later on. All right, now that we got the essentials out of the way, you got your microphone, you've got recording software, you love the game that you're gonna cast, here are the next two steps that you need to take. And it's regardless whether you've already casted a few times or if this is gonna be your first time casting. Step one, you gotta build a practice routine, because it's all about maintaining a consistent regimen and having short-term goals and long-term goals, guys. When you're first starting out, these goals can just be very general and all about getting reps in rather than focusing on specifics, because everyone's schedule is going to be different. Some might have full-time jobs, some might be in school, some might be taking a year off. As long as you are getting an X amount of reps in throughout a week, maybe you say, I want to cast at least 5 games a week. I want to cast 2 games a week. And as long as you are being consistent about it, it doesn't matter how many you get in, because, like we said, everyone's schedule is going to be different. Not everyone is going to have the same amount of time as anyone else. But obviously, the more time you're able to dedicate into just getting that casting time in, the faster you're going to accelerate and improve. You're going to fumble through words. You'll lose your train of thought. You might just spew utter nonsense. It's okay. It's okay. I promise you. My first few casts when I started out were just as bad. So, well, okay, they weren't like bad, but you know, they weren't amazing.
Feeling a little flashy, trying to get those plays.tv clips for the Twitch. What is gonna happen? Oh no! Rengar's gonna pop the blast cone.
As long as you're having fun with your practice cast, then you're doing something right. Just just please make sure you're recording every time you practice cast. I promise you, even if you don't like the cast or the performance that you give, it's good to see your improvement and development over time. I promise. It's worth it. After you've gotten comfortable solo casting a game by yourself a few times, you want to start thinking about what caster role you want to pursue the most. Now, don't worry about selecting a role and thinking that this is the role that you must always fit into, because people change over time. I started out as a color caster, and then I transitioned to play-by-play. And you know, for most esports, it can vary, but the two traditional roles are the ones I mentioned, play-by-play and color casting. Now, to explain simply what those two do, play-by-play, the what, the who, the when, and the where. They're calling the action on the screen. They're the ones that you associate a lot of times with the rap god.
Art's taking all the damage now. Mystic shot over the wall. Perks with the follow-up, able to find the kill. SOFM still alive, but he's down to 1/3 HP. He goes in, he's looking to steal the Drake, but he will not be able to do it. Here's a losing hand, buddy.
You don't have to be a rap god. As long as you're bringing the hype and you are calling the action on screen, you know, that's what the play-by-plays mostly do. The color casters are the one that are explaining the how and the why. They fill in the details, they analyze, they bring that insight and that depth of knowledge to supplement the action that is happening on screen during the downtimes, or being able to supplement the hype as well, being able to explain why certain things happen. Like I've said before, professional casters aren't necessarily exclusive to one role or the other. A lot of times in game, you'll see them dipping into a little bit of the roles, but it's important to know going into a broadcast which casters primarily the responsibility will be, and a lot of the times they specialize in one of those two roles. So hence, whenever you see broadcast graphic on-air announcements, you'll see them listed as play-by-play or color. Also, side note, there are other on-air talent roles such as host, interviewing, analyst desk, but we'll get to that in another time. Now that you know what caster role you're most likely going to be taking on when looking for opportunities, and you're comfortable casting with other people or in front of others, we go to the second step, and that's finding communities and networking. Networking and being able to reach out to others and meeting new people as a caster is very important, because this is how you build the skills necessary to putting yourself out there and being able to market yourself and looking for opportunities. So if you already have a group of friends that you've casted for, or better yet, if you haven't casted for them, do offer that for them. Say, hey, you know what? I'm working as a caster. I would like to have a practice cast of just, you know, us playing some custom games. If you've already casted for them, and if they have other group of friends, then ask them to ask their group of friends to see if you can cast their games. You gotta get yourself known. You gotta spread your name among as many people as possible, and make sure that you're down to let them give you honest feedback. Now, if they just tell you you suck, don't worry. Professional casters get told they suck all the time without any other constructive feedback. So don't hold on to those. But if they give you useful feedback, even if it's not the most pleasant feedback, but they tell you what you can do better, and you take that and you improve. And over time, you do get better. If you don't have a group of friends for the game that you want to practice commentating for, then don't worry. There's plenty of social media outlets that allow you to find those communities. Honestly, the easiest things, guys, you can go to the Discord server search. If you Google and just type in like whatever games, like if you're trying to cast Valorant, type in Valorant community discords, Valorant amateur leagues, and you will find plenty. You join the servers, introduce yourself. I'm interested in casting this. Can you give me an opportunity to cast some of the in-houses, or can I like use your server to make custom in-house lobbies with the members in here? It's that simple. That is how I started out. I met a friend who linked me to an amateur community Discord server for League of Legends, and they had a small Twitch channel. I got to cast on it. and then everyone in the community server was able to watch and spectate me, give me feedback, and I got better. And I eventually met another person who linked me to another Discord server for an amateur league, and so on and so forth, and it just kept spiraling. Also, feel free to join our RaaFaamily Discord server, link in the description below. A bunch of gamers, producers, aspiring commentators as well, graphic artists, musicians. We're all different types of people, but we're all welcoming, and we all love meeting new people to hang out with, play games with. We also watch movies. I mean, we're a giant community, guys. And for any aspiring casters watching the video, it's probably you. We have other amateur casters that love being able to meet new practice partners as well. This is all it takes to take that next step forward in casting. Now, obviously, this isn't going to make you a professional or a semi-professional anytime soon, but with consistent practice and expanding your network and meeting new people, this is laying the foundation for being able to take that step towards turning casting into a profession one day. Obviously, there's more specifics that we can cover and dive into, but that'll be for another video. So if you want to see that content, and hopefully if you've enjoyed this content, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe bell, and if you have any other feedback or questions for the next video, leave it in the comment section below. I'll make sure I get to it. Maybe I'll respond as well. Hasta el próximo video. Adiós.